So just a little bit of news here from Mallorca. It's the 29th of April and latest news is all about vaccinations really. Vaccinations have been very slow in Mallorca and people have been getting a little bit annoyed about it, and particularly the hotel owners. Hotel owners want desperately to open the hotels as soon as possible, but they need to do it safely, and many of their employees have not been vaccinated. So one of their suggestions is, why don't we buy them? Why don't the hotel owners buy them? And unfortunately they can't because of EU rules. So EU rules say that EU buys them and then distributes them throughout the European Union and Spain, and then gets to distribute them to Mallorca. So we're waiting on that one, but the latest news really is that we're due to receive 100,000 vaccines per week here in the Baleares. Now, at the moment, there's only about a quarter of the population that's been vaccinated. That's about 250,000 or so that have been vaccinated. Now, 100,000 a week is going to really put that forward quite quickly, and during the next month, new groups are going to be added to the list of those that are being vaccinated. So at the moment it's over 60s, and those people who've got working in the NHS or in other facilities like the homes for the elderly. So the AstraZeneca vaccine has been causing a big problem because that's not allowed for people under certain ages, so it's been given to my age group, in fact, the 60 plus sort of group, and then the older people will be getting the Pfizer, and there's been nothing for the others. That's also meant that about 8,000 teachers who have already been vaccinated with the AstraZeneca now are waiting to find out what's going to happen about their second jab, and it looks as though they've been postponed. So we've got to wait and find out to see what's going on with that. The restrictions that we have here at the moment, the state of alarm ends on May the 9th. So May the 9th, the national rules which allow us to have a curfew, that tell us what groups we can meet in, all of that ends on May the 9th. And at the moment, the local governments don't have anything in place. They have to apply to the High Court so that they can put some new restrictions in place. But it seems likely that they're going to carry on with something similar, particularly here in the Baleares, where they want to maintain the safety of the people so that they can open up the tourists a little bit later on. More talk about the COVID certificate or passport, whatever we want to call it. The European Union is pushing that, and they hope to have it ready by June, and there's going to be a trial in May in Spain, so 46 airports and places in Spain are going to be trialling this, so we'll see if it works. It's got to be free. How the UK will fit in with it, I don't know, but I hear that the UK are also having some sort of vaccine certificate to prove that you've had the vaccination. It won't mean you can't travel, but it will mean that you don't need to take the PCR tests, which are proving to be quite expensive. PCR tests here in the newspaper are being advertised at €90 per shot. That's clearly going to add up to quite a lot of money, particularly if it's a family. And the European Union are also asking for that to be free. And I did read today that Ryanair were sort of doing a deal with a lab so that there was a reduced cost for Ryanair passengers. So all of that's up in the air at the moment because nobody's going to be travelling. And May the 17th is the date when most of the UK people can actually travel. If you want further information about what's going on here in Mallorca, particularly if it's the Palma Nova, Magaluf, Santa Ponsa, Peguera area, they're all in Calvia, and on Facebook there's the Calvia notice board, which has been doing a great job of keeping people up to date with what's going on. And I was looking through there over the last day or two and seeing that lots of places in the Palma Nova, Magaluf, Santa Ponsa areas in particular are going to be opening up if they're not already open. So lots of places are already open, but many more are going to be opening up in May. So things are beginning to come to life. May starts on Saturday, May the 1st, and that's a public holiday here in Spain, so we all get a bit of a rest. Unfortunately, it's at the weekend, so I lose a day's holiday. In my last report I mentioned that the British ambassador had been to visit Mallorca. Well, he left Mallorca and went on to Ibiza, and he was specifically asked about the green, amber, red light situation and whether the Baleares could be put somewhere different. It would be suggested that they should be on the green list even if the rest of Spain were not. And he said it's too early to say, nothing's been decided yet, but he does understand that the Baleares is a little bit different. Having said all of that, I've just come from reading the latest news about the figures in the Baleares, and there's been a little bit of a spike today. Numbers have gone up, and it's not looking so good. Hopefully it's a one-off, and tomorrow we'll see the numbers go back down. Tonight Anita and I are going off to see the orchestra. We're going to see them perform pieces by Tchaikovsky and Sanson, so that's another enjoyable evening for us. And on the football news, some good news, because the state of alarm is ending, or due to end on May the 9th, then football may come back. So there's been talks that around about May the 8th, May the 9th, some fans may be allowed back into the stadiums throughout Spain. Unfortunately, Mallorca are away this weekend, so we won't be going into any stadiums. It's back to the TV screen for us. But the following weekend, they are home, and maybe that's going to be our first chance to get to a home game and see a live football match. That's really exciting. And just to finish up with the weather, not going to be so good for Friday and Saturday. Some rain is predicted, and the temperature is due to drop quite considerably on Saturday. We have our grandchildren over, so it looks like we're going to be indoors. But come Sunday, the weather's picking up and it's looking a little bit better for next week. So thank you for watching, and I'm really pleased with the comments, and I'll try and do as many of these updates as I possibly can. In the meantime, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, and then you'll get a notification when I put up a new video, and you can all be informed. And I'll see you in the next video. So bye for now.